everyone, welcome to my channel 10 Ways to Wear It. I'm Alisha, and on this channel I take one fashion item or one fashion trend and show you guys 10 different ways to wear it. Now, as we all know, 2019 is just around the corner. 2018 is on its way out, and 2019 is about to bust out on the scene. And honestly, I am looking to make 2019 one of the best and most successful years of my life. I have a lot of goals that I want to reach next year, a lot of things I want to do, so I really want to go into next year prepared with everything cleared out and just ready to do my best. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a lot of tips and tricks with you guys to make 2019 a positive, productive, and prosperous year for you as well as myself. You guys, I am a master of organization, and I think I have a lot of tips and tricks that are going to be new to you guys, a lot of things that will help you go into the new year ready to slay it, okay? Ready to accomplish all the things you want to, ready to do a lot of new things and great things in your life. So I really hope you'll stick around for this video and get all these goodies I got to offer you guys for next year so that it can be just as positive and prosperous for you as it's gonna be for me, because I am claiming it now, honey. Stay tuned for the video.
I taste just like candy.
Alrighty guys, let's get into these tips and tricks on how to go into the new year fresh, cleared out, and ready to go. So the first thing I like to do when I'm approaching a new year is use the last couple of weeks of December to declutter. And I mean, I go through a meticulous process of decluttering everything in every room of my apartment, you guys. I really take my time going through everything and clearing them out. For instance, in the living room, I clear out all my old magazines, all the magazines from the year before. I go through all my old mail. I don't need to carry old bills that I've already paid into the new year, so I clear out mail. I tend to put those in the shredder, but if you have a fireplace, you can go ahead and burn that, okay? You can use that for some fire ignition, okay? But I get rid of all that old mail, all that old paperwork, old coupons that I didn't use, expired stuff. Go ahead and get rid of all of that. I also go into my bedroom. I go through my sock drawer, get rid of all the old drunk socks, socks that have stains on the bottom, socks that have developed those little balls on the bottom. I don't like to take old shit into the new year. I like to start the new year fresh, okay? So fresh and so clean. So I don't like any old bubbled up socks, drunk socks. I get rid of that. I also go through my panty drawer. Ladies, I'm sure you can relate. Okay, I go through my panty drawer, clear out all the stretched out panties, the panties with the holes in them, elastic coming out of them. You know, we all invest in panties. Lace panties, sometimes they get a hole in them, they get stuck on something, caught on your zipper, now they got a hole. I get rid of all of those. So I think it's a good idea just not to take those into the new year, because unless you're just doing really, really bad, you can afford some new panties, okay? So this is an excuse to go and buy some more. Get rid of all those old ones. We're taking fresh, new stuff into the new year. I also go through all of my little drawers and stuff in my kitchen, get rid of any old tops and stuff like that. If I have Tupperware, the stuff doesn't match, I get rid of all that old stuff, but I'm going to get into that, more of that a little bit later. But those are the things that I tend to do when I first start getting ready for the new year. So it's a good idea to really start decluttering, and make sure you're taking that stuff out to the trash as you do it. Don't give yourself an opportunity to second guess yourself. Oh, I can hold on to this for Janice or my cousin Niecy. No, then you're gonna end up keeping it. April's gonna come and you're still holding on to that old crap. So take it out as soon as you declutter. Or I have another tip that's coming up for you guys for getting ready to get things out of the house. So moving on to step number 2 that I do to have a successful new year, I go ahead and focus on my clothing, and that includes the clothing in both my closets and my drawers. I go through meticulously, pull everything out of my closets, you guys, and I mean everything. I make the closet completely empty so that I am actually meticulously going through every single item that I have and making sure that I want to carry that into the next year. So my thing is, if I didn't wear it the year before, meaning I didn't wear it all year long, and it's something that I'm feeling kind of mediocre about, I don't put it back. I only put back the things that I've worn that year, or things that I really, really love and have an attachment to, because we all know we're not going to be getting rid of things that we just really, really love, even if we haven't worn it yet. So I put back those things that I've worn and things that I really love. And that's a great way to narrow down your wardrobe. Over the years, you kind of just start to weed out the things that you're kind of like iffy about, or things that are just seasonal or trends, and you really develop a wardrobe of things that you absolutely love. So that's a good way to do that every year, pulling everything out of your closets, pulling everything out of your drawers, and slowly weeding out the things that you kind of just feel iffy about, or like whatever, I could give or take it. Those are the things you want to get rid of. I do that for my closets, and I also do that for my drawers. And as I'm doing this process, I create 3 piles. I create a pile for things to sell, things to donate, and things to give away to friends or family, because we all have friends or family that either wear the same size as us and they really, really love our clothing. So it's like, I'm gonna put this aside for such and such, I'm gonna put this aside for such and such. I tend to do that. I have 3 bags I'm gonna show you guys, and what I tend to do is take these 3 big bags, they're really, really big, and I'll use these to put the sell, donate, and give away stuff inside of. And for the giveaway stuff, I'll even take another bag, like a paper bag or plastic bag, and I'll label it for who it's for and tie it up and put it inside of one of those big bags. So I know this is for my cousin, this is for my mom, so on. So that's a good way to keep everything nice and organized instead of all over your floor and you start to feel overwhelmed and then you just end up giving up on the project. Put everything in those nice big bags. If you can purchase those, I got those at TJ Maxx and Ross. I purchased the gray ones at Ross and the black one at TJ Maxx. So you can find those cloth bags anywhere, but I would go ahead and put everything inside of those to keep it nice and neat while you're doing your organization. When I start to put everything back in my closets, I organize them first by category, so I get all the shirts together, the pants, the skirts, the dresses, things like that, and then I color coordinate them. I start from the lightest to the darkest, and that makes it a lot easier for me when I go into my closet to find things. I know my shirts are right here. I know I'm gonna find a black shirt at the end. I know I'm gonna find a white shirt in the beginning, so it makes it a lot easier for me. So that's how I put everything back. I also do that in my drawers. I organize everything by category, and then I organize it by color, so that when I'm kind of fishing through my shirts and stuff like that, I know a gray shirt is going to be towards the middle, a black shirt is going to be under the bottom, white shirts on top. So it makes it a lot easier when I'm going through my drawers to not have to jack everything up. But I fold everything nicely in the drawers and I am good to go. And now we are going to move on to tip number 3. So after I'm done pretty much clearing out everything, decluttering, I got my bags ready to get all this crap out of my place. The next thing I focus on is cleaning every room, you guys. And we all know that certain tasks come with cleaning each room. So what I tend to do is dedicate a day to clean each room. And that's why I used the last 2 weeks of December to do all this stuff. So what I'll do is I'll dedicate a day, for example, to clean the kitchen. What I'll do is degrease my stove, clean off all my appliances, wash them down, mop my floor, disinfect everything, go through my drawers in my kitchen, make sure everything has a matching top, matching bottom. I don't tend to take old Tupperware, old stained stuff into the next year, you know, and we all got to do what we can afford. So, but I like to get rid of those Tupperwares that just look bad. I don't want to take nothing old into the new year, okay? Nothing that's burned out, jacked up, I want to just throw it into the trash. So I go through all my drawers in my kitchen, make sure everything that I have is nice, neat, and ready to take into the new year. I've been on a mission to get rid of all my plastic Tupperware because, you know, I've heard over the years it's not safe, and now I'm just like, a girl got to take care of her health. So I've been replacing all my old plastic Tupperware with glass, and so that's another thing that I've been doing, getting rid of that. So those are the things that I tend to do in my kitchen. Now, if you have a home, meaning you don't live in an apartment, then you have a lot of other things to tackle besides people who live in an apartment. You got your garage, your porches, maybe your front and back porch, laundry room, all that kind of stuff. So definitely do not forget about those places. If you have a porch, that would be a good time to get rid of all the cobwebs out there, clean out your gutters to make sure that water is flowing when it starts raining. Wash down your steps really, really good. Paint anything that needs to be repainted, you know, just anything like that. You really just want to make sure that the end of the year is the time to tackle those things if you can. If it's snowing and stuff like that, it might be a lot harder, but if you can do those things, this is a good time to start working on those things. Your garage, you know, over the year the garage starts to get really, really jacked up. You start off with it nice and neat, everything in its place, and your kids, your husband, or whoever starts to just tear everything up. So again, that's a good time to go ahead and reorganize your garage, buy new containers, things like that. Get everything ready so that the new year is clean, everything's in its place, everything's labeled, honey, and you are ready to go, okay? But you definitely want to make sure that you're keeping track of everything that you need to do. So create a list, whether it's written down on a paper or some kind of board you have or a clipboard, and make sure that you're crossing things off as you do it. And I'm going to show you how I do that we're getting to that. Stay tuned. Moving on to the next step. And this may not be something that everybody does, but it's definitely something that I do. I go ahead and purchase me a new yearly planner. Some people use weekly planners, monthly planners, daily planners. Whatever you use, I go ahead and purchase me a new one of those. Basically, something like this. This is the one that I bought to start using in January. And this one is a daily planner, so it just has all the days of the week. And I can write down things that I have scheduled, plans that I have, stuff like that. Has plenty of space for me to write in. So I really, really love these. I go ahead and buy me a new one of these. I also tend to buy new notebooks. Like I said, I'm a note writer, and I write a lot. So I tend to buy new notebooks so that I have notebooks to write down all my goals, my resolutions, but I also write down plans of operations for every goal. So what good is writing down a goal if you don't write down how you plan to tackle it, if you don't put any deadlines, any dates? So I go ahead and write things like that down. I use notebooks like this. This is a really, really pretty one that I got from TJ Maxx. I also really love this one. Recently picked up from TJ Maxx. So, and I love notepads like these. This one has master plans on it, and it has like where you can actually write out a to-do list. So I really, really love that. And it even has the dates where you can, you know, schedule when you want to have it done by and stuff like that. And then I have this one. I like to keep one of these just in my drawer at my desk. And I'll write down like daily little things that I need to do that I can just cross off of these. So I love to have these little kind of notebooks laying around so I can write down things that I need to do. Or, you know, I'm a creator, so if ideas pop in my head, I need to have notepads to write them down, because trust me, at my age, they go away really fast. But definitely create a notebook that you can write down your goals, your resolutions. I also like to start what's called a gratitude journal. You can use any notebook for your gratitude journal, but I tend to buy my gratitude journals from Amazon. And I really, really love these books. They're just great to read over at the beginning of the year and see like all the good things that happened the year before. Or just if you get down, you know, this is a good way to pick yourself up, you guys. So definitely start your gratitude journal. This is a good way to manifest wonderful things in your life by thinking about all the things you're grateful for all the time. So I really, really love these journals, you guys. So these are just a few things that I do. I also like to buy these calendars. This is a magnetic calendar that you can stick onto your refrigerator. This one's really, really pretty. It's from TJ Maxx. Love all the designs on there. Just really, really cute. And this is a 12-month calendar. It starts in January. So I love these because, again, you can just stick it onto your refrigerator, on the side of your refrigerator if you don't want everybody to see it. And just write down daily things that you need to do. So I also like to have binders to keep all of my bills in, you guys. So that's another thing that I tend to do. I create a binder. I've been using this same one for like the last 2 or 3 years. It just has bills on it because this is for my bills. And inside I have dividers for each month. So there's one for January, February, March, April, so forth. So what I do is I'll go ahead and put any paper bills that I receive. I pay a lot of my bills online, but any paper bills that I receive, a medical bill, you know, co-payment requests, all that kind of stuff, I'll go ahead and put those inside of here. And then once I take care of it and pay it, I stamp it with this little stamp. It just says paid. I bought this, I believe, from Target. So you can find this at Target, or you can find this at TJ Maxx. Not TJ Maxx, Office Max, Office Depot, pretty much any store that sells office stuff, you can find these little stamps at. So when I pay a bill, I just like to note to myself that I took care of it. I'll go ahead and just stamp it with this little stamp. So that's just another thing that I do to stay organized. I also sit down on my computer and I declutter my computer. So I'll get rid of any old files, any old video clips that I don't need. Pictures, you know, that stuff can really, really build up throughout the year. So I go ahead and declutter that. I also add anything to my calendars that I need to add. I add them to my written calendar, but I also go on Outlook and add them in my calendar in my computer, and I do it with my phone. So you know certain people's birthdays you have to try to remember, because you know, if not, you're gonna get the business. That's a good time to add those birthdays, dates, vacation dates, checkups, anything like that. You can go ahead and add that to your Outlook calendar on your computer, add that to your phone, and of course add it to your written planners. So those are some things you can also do towards the end of December, you guys. Just another step to getting prepared to have a successful year, you guys. So definitely write these things down so you won't forget it. Now we're moving on to our next tip. Alrighty guys, so now that we have pretty much decluttered all the rooms in our house, we've cleaned everything, we've got our new binders and everything, so we can go into the new year prepared and organized. Now we want to get everything the hell out, okay? Do not procrastinate on this. I decided to make this a separate tip because I know that a lot of times we'll start to hold on to things and we're like, oh, I'm gonna hold on to this for Janice, I'm gonna hold on to this for such and such. No, get that crap out of there, okay? Go ahead, pull your car up in front and start loading that crap in there, okay? You gotta get rid of it because you don't want to give yourself time to second guess what you're getting rid of, or you'll end up holding on to things and you'll never give them away. It'll still be sitting around your house, and then you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling like you're blocked, your creativity is blocked, or just other weirdness inside of you. It's usually because there's too much clutter around you. That's why I just don't like clutter. I don't like clutter because I think that it just translates into energy and affects your energy. So I don't like a lot of things laying around. Honey, I gotta get that shit out ASAP, okay, for me. So don't procrastinate. Clutter tends to block your creativity. It tends to block your ability to blossom and just enjoy life. So get it out of your house. So that's my next tip. Get it to the donation center, Goodwill, you know, American Red Cross, wherever you're donating to. Get that stuff out. The homeless shelters, whatever. If there's things you're taking over to your mom, your grandma, blankets, things like that, take it over there, honey. Schedule a trip to get it over there. And if there's things you're selling, I tend to sell a lot of clothes to consignment stores like Crossroads Trading Company, the Buffalo Exchange. I immediately get a day together and take that stuff over there. So whatever I don't sell to them, whatever they don't buy, I don't bring it back into my place. I take it to donate it, okay? If they didn't want it, I don't want it, it's time for it to go, okay? So make sure you get all the stuff that you've decluttered out as soon as you can. Alrighty, so I brought you guys into the hallway to discuss this next section, and that is stocking up on the things that you use the most throughout the year. Now I know may not always be possible for everybody. It depends on your budget, it depends on how much space you have. I fortunately bought this cabinet a couple of years ago in order to stock up on things that I use, because there's certain things that I really hate going to the store to buy. So I just tend to stock up on them at the end of the year so that I have them throughout the year for the next year. So a few of those things are my deodorant. I tend to buy these big bulk size packs of deodorant, or like these big pack like that. So I'll have that throughout the year. I also absolutely love Mario Badescu's body soap. This is the best soap, you guys. If you have suffered from any ingrown hairs on your body, or if you have like strawberry legs and stuff like that, you got to get this soap. I'm telling you, it is the bomb. So as you can see, I got about 5 bottles right here of that. My air freshener, I love me some Glade air freshener. My Aleve, because you know a girl be in pain during that time of the month, so I tend to stock up on these big bulk bottles that I buy from Amazon. Also stock up on my Clorox wipes. I love Caress soap, so I tend to buy these big 32-ounce bottles of these, so I got a few of these left. My Tide Pods there. Of course, feminine products, I got tons of those. Gotta stock up on them, you guys, because I just hate having to go to the store to buy those kind of things. So I really tend to stock up. Of course, toilet paper, paper towels. These are things that I store like a certain amount in here. The rest of them I have stored in my living room closet, which I call my garage. So that's how I create space in order to really stock up for like months and months and months. Every now and then it may get to like October or September and I'll have to go buy more paper towels or something like that. But for the most part, this stuff lasts. All this stuff in here was bought at the end of last year. So as you can see, I overbought, but that's fine. I can use this stuff going into 2019. So definitely another suggestion, buy the products that you need that don't expire. Buy them at the end of the year, and you can just stock up on them, use coupons, get them while they're on sale, buy them in bulk from Amazon, Sam's Club, Costco, wherever, and just store them if you have space to store them in a really good place so that you can access them all year. I really love to do that, and that's a suggestion I would give to you guys. Detergent, body soap, dryer sheets, all that kind of stuff. I really love these Nellie's products. These are old products that they've now brought back. Really love these products, so I tend to stock up on those. So yeah, just pretty much anything that you use throughout the year. I love to burn incense, and this is like a huge bulk box of incense that I use throughout the year. So yeah, just stuff like that, you guys. You definitely want to just stock up on the things you use the most, but try to get them at a bargain. Try to get them on sale if you can. But that's something that I really love to do, so that I don't have to go to the store buying pads, buying condoms, stuff like that. Honey, I buy it all at the end of the year, stock it up and store it, and I'm good to go. This is like my little store right here. Okay, so I mentioned earlier how I keep track of all these things and how I keep track of what I need to clean up, what rooms I need to tackle, everything I need to do in each room, and so on. And how I do that is by using these dry erase magnets. These are magnets. They basically stick to anything metal. So you can stick them onto your refrigerator, you can stick them onto any kind of metal surface, and they'll stick down perfectly. I absolutely love these things. And these two actually came with a set of pins. I have this little metal pin holder cup. Ugh, it really sticks, y'all. But it came with these little pins. The pins even have magnets on them, so you can stick them right next to the little board and just write on it or cross things off as you need to. But I really love this for keeping track of all the things that I need to do, even just on a day-to-day basis. It's great to have these to write down things that I need to take care of. This is another type of planner. This one has like the days of the week, 7 days, so you can write down everything you need to do. I was using this to keep track of what I was eating when I was doing like monitoring my foods and so on. So I was actually meal prepping and writing down what I eat and what time. So I was trying to do intermittent fasting, but that lasted about a day or two. So I'm gonna try it again next year though. I'm gonna try it again. But this is a good way to keep track of things like that, because it has lines for you to write everything, and it has spaces for each day of the week. So these are great for keeping track as you try to tackle off these things and go into the new year organized and ready. This is another great resource, you guys. You can get these on Amazon. I will have them linked below. You can also get this cup that has a magnet on it. If you want to keep all your pens right there, bam. That sucker sticks like Magneto, okay? But this is just another great thing I wanted to share with you guys, to go in organized, writing down everything, crossing off everything so you don't miss anything. Now let's move on to our next tip. All right, you guys, we're back in the living room so we can round out this video. We're moving on to our next tip. And in this tip, I want to talk to you guys about the things that you may not even think about that you need to clean out or declutter in your home. So basically, I want to talk about decluttering your computer. You definitely want to get rid of all your old emails. I know that I tend to hold on to a lot of my online purchase emails, the shipping emails, the order confirmation emails. I have thousands of them, you guys. I only shop online pretty much 90% of the time, so I have tons and tons of those emails, just really clouding up a lot of space on my computer, in my email. So I tend to get rid of all of those. I also declutter old pictures, old files that I don't need, or I organize things into files. So I create nice, neat folders that I put certain things inside of. Video clips for a certain video, I really tend to keep those organized and put together in case I need them later. So I really tend to sit down on my computer. I also dedicate a day to that, because usually it takes me a while. I'm not very tech savvy, so I'll dedicate a good chunk of time for that. Sit at my computer and really declutter my computer so I don't have to buy more storage at the beginning of the year. I also clean out my pantry. I get rid of all the old food, expired food, anything like that. We tend to kind of keep that stuff, or we forget to go through the pantry when we're clearing out things. And so you go in there and you got crackers that expired in March of 2018. Get that shit out of here. Okay, get it out before somebody end up accidentally eating it. Okay, you got old canned goods, old half open stuff that is just in there creating mold or anything like that. So get it out of there, throw it away. I also tend to declutter my DVR. I have a DVR in both my bedroom and my living room, so I save up a lot of shows. I get rid of a lot of those shows that I didn't watch or don't watch, or I tend to reprogram them so my DVR will only save them for a few days and stuff like that. because you get a certain amount of storage on your DVR. So I definitely don't want it to not be recording my shows like my Greenleaf and my Ray Donovan and stuff. So I do that as well. There's just a lot of little things that you're gonna think of to declutter, but I think it's great to do all of this stuff at the last 2 weeks of December so that you're going into January fresh, clean, ready with your feng shui, your feng shay. I had a friend who used to call it feng shui, but ready in every area of your life. So moving on to our next tip, and we are rounding out this video, y'all. All right, guys, so the next tip I want to give you is to develop a budget and a schedule or routine that aligns with your goals and resolutions. You definitely want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. So to do that, if you have a financial goal, you definitely want to set up a budget to help you reach it. I have a financial goal. I always have them. So I'm definitely trying to get me a luxury car, my first luxury car. So I'm budgeting for that. I may not be able to get it until the end of next year, but I'm definitely budgeting for it. I've written out a budget, a monthly budget to help me get there. So you want to do that. You also want to come up with a schedule that will help you meet your goals. If you have a weight loss goal, if you have some type of health goal, I really want to tone up my body and get toned, not so much lose pounds, but really tighten up everywhere. So I'm developing a schedule and a routine for myself to help me work out more, hit those weights more, and really reach my goal next year. So you definitely want to do that. Develop a schedule and a routine and stick with it. Don't be like those people who fall off their routine in March, you know, who work out hard and do a good job from January until, you know, the end of February, and then in March they just give up. Don't be that person, you guys. Stick with it. Believe in yourself, invest in yourself, and stick with that budget, stick with that schedule or routine. Like we talked about, you're going to write down all your goals and your resolutions, but you're also going to write down plans of action of how you're going to reach those things. Because writing them down, I mean, you're just making empty promises to yourself. But you want to make a plan of action. Go ahead and write it out and really stick with it, you guys. I know that you can do it. I definitely plan to do that. I also plan to meal prep. So that's also something you can write out. Ideas for meal prepping, things like that, if you have a health goal. So do it with me, you guys. We can do it together. If you want me to start a series where I'm showing you guys how I meal prep, I don't want to brag, let me slow down, but I'm a pretty good cook, you guys. I'm a pretty damn good cook. So I definitely am gonna get back into my meal prepping next year. So if you want me to start a series on that and show you guys what I do, how I do it, I'm totally open to it. Leave it down in the comments. But for now, we're gonna move on to our next tip. We're getting towards the end of this year and the end of this video. We are down to our last and final tip for this video, and that is gonna be, don't talk about it, be about it. Now, sharing your goals and your resolutions for a new year can be counterproductive to reaching them, because sometimes you set yourself up to be targeted by people who either don't believe in you, who want to shit on your ideas and shit on your goals, or people who are just gonna hold your feet to the fire so strong. Like you tell them you're going vegetarian, and you know, let's say they see you eating a little piece of turkey bacon, you know what I'm saying, and they want to go hard on you. So my advice is, don't share your goals and your resolutions until you're in to the year. Like maybe February, March, if you're deciding to go vegetarian at the beginning of the year, or pescatarian, I wouldn't share that on social media or with anybody that's not close to me until maybe March, when I've done 2-3 months worth of solid commitment. So definitely think about that before you share your goals. You also want to make sure that you're sharing your goals with people who are like-minded, people who encourage you, people who believe in you, people who support you. You don't want to be sharing them with people who are going to make you question your decisions, who are going to make you feel bad, or people who just have an issue with New Year's resolutions. There's a lot of people who are just like, oh, this new year, new me bullshit. Like, whatever. New year, new me, don't hate. Like, you know? So don't share with those kind of people, okay? Talk to people who are really on a mission to make some changes, to grow, to do some new things in the new year. So definitely, if you're gonna share, think about when, think about with whom, and think about why you're sharing, okay? Because you're gonna have people who gonna test you, okay? They're gonna test your gangster, and they're gonna be like, wait a minute, I thought you was going pescatarian, you know what I'm saying? Or I thought you was on a diet, you eating cake, you know what I'm saying? Then you gotta check them real fast, and then, you know, awkward moment, right? So to avoid that, Don't start announcing your stuff, because honestly, when you're planning to do things, especially if it's like business related and stuff like that, you don't need to tell the whole world. It's okay to keep some things to yourself and to keep them between you and your spouse, or you and your best friend and stuff like that. So definitely think about that. That is my next tip, and that is to just don't talk about it, be about it. Be careful who you share with. Be careful when you share. Think about when and why, and then move forward, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my video on how to have a successful new year. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got some great tips on how you can go into the new year ready to be successful, you guys. I want to just recap some of the things that I talked about and how you can go about them. I first talked about getting organized and decluttering. That basically was throwing out all your old magazines, old mail, old paperwork, going through all your junk drawers, everything, making sure you're not taking anything into the new year that you don't need, creating plenty of open space and available space for yourself, so that you, as you accumulate new things, you have a place for them and you need them. So that was number one. Number two was definitely clearing out your clothing, going through your closet, going through your drawers, making sure you're not taking things into the new year that you don't wear, that you didn't wear all year, creating 3 piles, a sale pile, a donate pile, and a giveaway pile, so that you can get those things out of your house as soon as possible, and organizing them as you put them back into your closet and into your drawers, organizing them by category and then by colors. So that'll make it a lot easier for you throughout the year to find the things that you need. The next thing I talked about was cleaning room by room, making sure you write out a list on those dry, I showed you guys those dry erase boards I use, writing out a list and making sure you cross them off so that you don't miss anything, so that later you're like, damn, I forgot to, you know, clean behind the cabinets, or this or that, or dust on top of this, or you know, you want to write those things out because they may slip by you, and like they do me. So definitely write them out, cross them off, and it'll make it a lot easier for you to go room by room and make sure you tackle everything that you need to. The next thing was to buy a new yearly planner. So make sure you get you a new yearly planner so that you're ready to write out all the things you got to do, important dates, your vacation dates, travel plans, birthdays, any important events. You have them listed in your book planner. This one, also put them into your phone calendar and on your computer in your Outlook calendar if you use that. So, or also if you have apps that you use, you can go ahead and log in any important things you need to. The next thing I talked about was to get everything out. Don't hold on to this stuff. Don't leave it sitting in your hallway. Don't put it in the garage. No, get it out. Have a yard sale, or go ahead and put it in your car. Take it to who it needs to go to, whether it's Goodwill, whether it's, you know, you're selling it to Crossroads or one of those type of consignment places. Get rid of it. Do not give yourself a chance to second guess like me. I tend to do that when I keep stuff, and then I'm like, do I really want to get rid of that? Yes, get it out. Okay, get it out. That was the whole point of pulling it out. The next thing was to stock up on products that you use a lot throughout the year, your faithful products. Stock up on those. Start looking for coupons, looking for beginning of the year sales and stuff like that, or end of the year sales. You know, buy things in bulk that you know you're going to use and buy. You know, feminine hygiene products, girls, we can all relate. Get those out of the way so you don't have those last minute like, I'm out, I gotta run to Target to buy pads because I ran out. You don't want that to come up throughout the year, okay? Go ahead, buy them in bulk, because you already know you're gonna need them. So you might as well get them now. They're gonna cost the same now as they do then. Anyway, moving on to the things we forget. Don't forget to clear out and declutter your phone, your DVR, all them old shows you got saved in there, taking up all the space, and your husband can't record his games. Get that shit off of there, okay? Clearing out your computer, old files, things like that. Making sure you clear out your pantry, old food. Don't forget that stuff. Those are the things we tend to forget, and then, you know, it's March and we're like, damn, I have nowhere to put any canned goods. Clear that stuff out, okay? If you're not using it, you're not eating it, donate it, take it to a shelter, take it to the mission, and bam. You're clearing out plenty of space. You're going into the new year clean and clear, okay? The next thing we talked about was developing a budget and a schedule to reach your resolutions and your goals. Don't forget to do that. Get you some great notebooks. I showed you guys a few of mine. Write those things down. Write down your plans of action and do it. Stick to it, okay? Let's do this together, hunty. The next thing I talked about, and one of the most important things, don't talk about it, be about it, okay? Be about it. If you're gonna put your stuff out there, make sure you're ready to stick to it. Make sure you're actually doing it, because people are gonna hold your feet to the fire, or they're gonna get jealous. They're gonna hate on you. They're gonna call you out when you're not doing it or put you on blast. And then you're gonna have to check them, and then y'all won't be speaking for the rest of the year. So again, like I said, think about when you're gonna put your business out there. Think about why. Think about if you even want to. Trust me, save yourself the trouble, okay? Don't tell people about your plans until you're already doing them or you've done them, if you want to. I'm the kind of person, besides my man, my sister, my brothers, and my best friend, my parents, not too many people are gonna know my business. But, and you guys, I tell you guys what I got coming up on my channel and stuff like that. But private things like losing weight, going on a diet, going vegetarian, let's just keep that in here, okay? Again, we talked about the gratitude journal, things like that. So just a lot of things that you guys are going to want to do so that 2019 is a wonderful year for you. We got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things we're all concerned about in the news. You know, just make sure that you're setting yourself up to have a positive, prosperous, and productive year. You guys, don't get left behind. There's a lot going on, but there is a place for you in this world. You just have to work hard and make your mark and do the things that you want to do. So I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. Thank you for sitting with me yet again, and I will see y'all on the next video.